I'm Matt Gelka in Washington, where executive orders have been used early and often by the Trump administration all year. Heading into December, the president had signed more than 200 executive orders. He's issued more than Joe Biden did in all of his 4 years, and he's far outpaced his own first 4 years in the White House, where he signed 220 over the course of his entire term. The current number has been achieved in less than a year in office for his second term. The executive orders have covered things like banning DEI policies, TikTok deadlines, and election-strengthening measures. They've also covered Trump's #1 economic issue, tariffs, and he used EOs to enforce different tariff rates on countries around the world.
The executive's power is to enforce or execute the laws, but the president can't make laws. Only Congress can make laws. That's legislation.
Alison LaCroix is a University of Chicago law professor and legal historian. She says it's important to remember what kind of constitutional power executive orders actually have. They're not new laws. Instead, they're typically enforcements of existing laws or enforcement of powers granted to the president through Article 2 of the Constitution.
The power of the purse, the spending power, that's Congress's power. The war-making power, Congress's power. So you can say, I'm the president, I'm issuing an executive order on these topics, but if you don't have the power to run the tool, then the tool does not work.
Executive orders can be rescinded or they can be hit with legal challenges. And so far, President Trump has seen hundreds of actions wind up in court, including executive orders. Things like deploying the National Guard in cities, firings of federal employees, and the tariff policy itself have all been contested. The president has ripped the challenges, with courts being one of the only checks on executive power.
When the executive order comes with it an assertion that nobody can question or examine the executive order, that is fundamentally incorrect in terms of the Constitution of the United States.
Franklin Roosevelt has the executive order record with more than 3,700. He was also in office for 12 years. If Trump keeps up his current pace, he'd be the 5th president to total more than 1,000 executive orders while in office. Reporting in Washington, I'm Matt Gelka.